thumbs up. These are my double thumbs up. It's okay.
Okay, cool.
And as I have said before, I may not be able to stick to one big, but
That's fine.
I'm
So,
I'm hiding identifiable features. My face isn't enough of it.
in your
Not that I really.
zebra towel.
It's a blanket.
So
Catchphrase. It's a blanket.
What is your
Okay.
what is your job? What is your essential job?
I am a cannabis cultivator, so I grow weed for a living.
No way.
I will not say more because we only have very few dispensaries, and it will be very easy to triangulate me. So
Fair. Fair. How do you like it? How do you like the job?
I love it actually. Work is work, so working itself is frustrating. But I got promoted to this position this past year. I did not go to school in general, number one, but for botany, I don't really know what I'm doing. But they saw that I'm a good worker. I'm always happy to learn, and they promoted me, and I've been on as a grower for like a year now, almost a year now. And now I have my own grow room, so I do it by myself. Except like my manager obviously comes and helps me, lead me because they actually asked me how I felt about it, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable being alone. Yeah, and they're like, we think you can do it, and I'm like, there's only one way to find out, so I guess we're fucking doing it.
So how long have you been doing that now?
For my own room,
Yeah.
literally like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
It's very new. I mean, like I've had harvests, so I know the stages of growing, but I've always had someone very experienced to work with. So now I'm like alone and having to like actually kind of be in charge. Not really, because again, managers, other people are there making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to, but I have to actually be on top of it. And it's new. It's interesting.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised in like the things you're discovering about yourself through the job?
I have to say no, only because when I started at this company, I like knew at the core part of me who I am.
Yeah.
But insecurities in life and shit happens, which makes you doubt yourself. But I think as I moved up and kind of moved up in like a surprising way that like I was never expecting it, but it happened, kept reaffirming to me, as well as other coworkers who would. I'm turning my TV down because there's a sex scene on.
You're good.
Anyways, the background, that's all. Anyways, as I was saying, other coworkers who also reaffirmed it to me that I'm like doing well and I'm showing the things that I wanted to show, was that I wanted to learn and I wanted to be helpful and I wanted to be a good worker, employee, coworker, whatever. And I think that's what's helped me come into who I am now. Because it's like I knew who I was already, but I was always doubtful because other people put doubt into my head, and now I have these other people reaffirming the things that I think about myself, and it helps.
That's awesome. It sounds like you're finding your tribe, you know?
A little bit. Yeah.
What do you think were some of the insecurities that you have or that you had that you feel like you are now kind of growing out of or processing?
Big imposter syndrome. I feel like I'm put into this position that I may not really have earned, and that like whatever other people are seeing are just this image that I put off, that I'm pretending to know. I'm like, I'm not pretending to know what I'm doing. I make it very well aware that like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't feel comfortable. And literally my manager was like, no, we think like, okay, well, if you think so, I must be able to, because like you're seeing something in me that I'm not seeing because I have all these doubts in my fucking head.
Wow.
So
Yeah, well, and that's so honest, so honest and vulnerable for you to say, and so many people feel that same way, but are so afraid to say it out loud. So that's one thing, right? That's one thing that you definitely have is you have that boldness. So,
let's
but yeah. So like, I guess one thing.
skipped out for a second. Can you repeat?
Oh shoot, yeah, my internet's been fucking up lately. No, yeah, I was saying that.
It was just
I'll go for
oh, you go.
it. Okay. No, I
You
was
go.
I was just saying that one thing that you have is kind of a boldness to be able to kind of voice the things that are going on in your head and your insecurities, and that's one step in the process of like maturing as a human being. And so many people think that that's weakness or think that that's dumb or something. Like our society just has a very warped view of strength. And did I cut out again?
After you said society,
That's
if you
okay.
remember what you said, like sentence.
That's okay. I need to just get better internet. We're not here to listen to me. We're here to listen to
I was here to listen to you. I want to hear your input.
you.
How you grow as people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, society just has a warped view of strength, I think. You know.
I think vulnerability is strength. I don't think being like this macho, masculine image is strength. Because to admit that you have flaws is a strength in itself. Because to admit that you have flaws is to admit that you're willing to work on it,
Yes, that is smart.
willing to put time in it, and willing to be better. And like, this is something I literally tweeted this today. Like, I've been having a whole breakdown today, so I'm actually very pleased that I'm having this conversation right now because it's been a positive, like, complete 180 from tonight. I don't feel like getting into it. So, but anyways,
Okay.
I tweeted today that um, more recently, my friends have been pointing out toxic behaviors that I have. And not because that I've been exhibiting these toxic behaviors more, like more often than I normally do or whatever, but because they have seen, again, breakdown, the shit that I've been through and want me to improve and be a better person. So they have very much like not been holding back and being like, hey, you do X, Y, and Z, and that's not good for you. And also having to come to terms with being like, well, what you think is good for me, not good for me, may actually be, and like coming to terms with where that line is.
Right.
Having to accept that they're pointing out things that are obviously very toxic has been a big thing, and then like having to accept that I have to work on these to move forward. And my friends are not going to not let that happen. They've already pointed it out once, and if I don't work on it, they're going to point it out again because they want me to be a better person. So, anyways, that was the tweet that like they've been pointing things out more, and I love them more than they could ever fucking know
Wow.
for it.
Well,
So.
and for people who are watching this, and it, like, I think that those are the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with, or people who empower you. That's what empowerment is going to a friend and not forcing things down their throat, but like bringing to light behaviors that could be toxic for their self-growth. And it sounds like you have people in your life that are like that, which is awesome. Oh, did I cut out again?
I think it cut out and then immediately followed. So you were all good. I got the message you were trying to say.
Good. Okay.
Literally, I have one friend who we dated for like 3 months in high school. And it was like a very strange relationship, is the only way I can explain it. We're still very, very good friends. Like, I believe people have multiple soulmates. Like, you have best friends, you have multiple soulmates. This person is one of my soulmates. And I go to him so often when I'm having like very deep mental problems and I need to talk to someone. And he pointed out tonight, he's like, you do not have healthy coping mechanisms, and I want you to find a therapist. And I'm like, all right, that is something I need to look into, because someone who cares very deeply about me is saying that to me. So it's obviously not coming from a place of like judgment. It's coming from a place of pure, genuine care. So, you know?
That's great. Yeah. And you know what? Like, just you talking about this, like this, it just shows, it's just building you up as a good role model for others and for yourself too. You know, it's just reinforcing all of that, I think. I guess I'm interested.
You continuously need needs.
Oh, could you say that again? You kind of cut out.
Oh, I said you continuously need to be the person your younger self needs.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, that's true. That's who I'm like trying to work on being too. You know, like being a mentor to my younger self.
There is that inner child in you at all times. And if whatever your inner child, realistically, your child self did not get, you have to care to your inner child and make sure that they can get that. And make sure that your inner child can heal from what they were not able to experience when you were a child. If you had to go through something traumatic, obviously it fucking sucks and life is hard. But again, at the end of the day, you only have you. So you need to give yourself the experiences that you may not have been able to have when you were a child.
What do you think are some things like your younger self, like looking back at your younger self, like what would be some advice that you would say to her like 5 years ago?
5 years ago. It's so funny. I was literally just on a fucking Omegle with these girls that are in high school. Like 6 years ago, I graduated high school. If that. So I'm 23. And I was literally just telling them everything I cared about in high school does not fucking matter now. At all. Like, at all. Like, the people that I talked to 3 people from high school. Like, I think the thing I would say is just not take everything so seriously, which I think is the thing that everyone wants to tell their younger self is like, dude, the world gets so much weirder after you get out of high school. And like after, I didn't even go to college, but after you get out of college, so much weirder. Like I'm in the age right now where like all my friends are getting out of college and now like people are getting engaged and moving out and starting businesses and having families. And it's like nothing ever is set in stone, ever. People die, people get born, people move on, people move away, people like you could be talking to someone today and drop them tomorrow. Don't take everything so seriously. Let things come, let things go, do things that make you happy. Because the things that you're fucking stressing about right now are not gonna fucking matter in like a year, not even in like 3 months. 3 months. Give yourself 3 days. If you're still mad about it, do something.
I mean,
If you're not, fucking move on.
look at like a year ago, right? Like the pandemic didn't even start happening yet, you know?
I remember this time last year, the pandemic was being talked about. Masks were being talked about. People are making jokes about people taking this too seriously, which I just said don't take everything too seriously. But like that's just how quickly things can change. Like I went to San Diego the last week of January, first week of February, and I come home 2 weeks later. There's a COVID case confirmed in a San Diego airport, not the one that I went to, but it just so happened to be that close that I was just like, holy shit, that could have been me. That could have been my friends that I was with.
Do you know?
2 weeks ago, like I could have been there because that like, takes the time for the virus to whatever. Things change. So
Do you know anyone that has gotten COVID? Like, what has been your pandemic story?
I personally don't know anyone that's gotten COVID. I know people that know someone. I know coworkers that have gotten it. Like my one coworker, basically his kind of entire family got it because one person got it in the household, everybody else got it. And he unfortunately lost quite a few people. I did not get to hear about it from him. It was just kind of learned down the line. So I'm not the type of person to ask anyone about any traumatic thing that I've heard. Because I think if you want to talk about it, you'll talk about it.
Right.
And I hate being asked about things, but I'm just trying to like live my day. And it's like if something fucked up happened to me and then I have Joe Schmo coming up asking about it and I've been trying to like just be normal, I'm gonna go into like a fucking spiral and then not be able to stop thinking about it. So I don't ask. If you want to talk about it, I'm always open. Anyways, so like I know people that obviously have gone through it, lost people, so I know it's serious. I just have not personally had to deal with it yet. Which I also have to be thankful for.
What state are you in?
New Jersey.
All right, that's my old home. I grew up in like Clifton area, Clifton, Bloomfield, northern Jersey.
I'm more central.
You're central, okay, like Trenton area.
Central Jersey exists because it does. I live in it.
Yeah. New Jersey is like New Jersey and New York were really bad with COVID for the beginning times.
And my coworker that I was just talking about was very north, very close to New York. I think his family that was really affected also worked in New York. I, again, don't know the whole story. I'm not going to go spreading his story. It's not mine to spread. But, yeah. Very sad things. We've had quite a few people who have, like, not been there for months because they were dealing with it. It sucks. It really does.
How has your family handled the pandemic? Are you living near them or with them or?
It's me and my mom up here. The rest of my family is down in New Mexico, and then they're all also dealing with their own shit. So they have, besides COVID itself, having to quarantine, have been quarantined themselves. I don't feel like talking about family, like what's going on.
Totally, sure.
The bare minimum, cancer. Anyways, moving on.
Really? Like at your home or like in New Mexico?
In New Mexico, which is why my mom was over there. But I'm only talking about it because I will start crying.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's okay. Yeah, totally.
I'm laughing to hide the pain.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, it's just like life just continues to throw shit at you, right? It's like, but
Yeah.
is that the things that we come up against, I think we are equal to. You know, the challenges that our soul can take are the challenges that the universe gives us. So it just shows how strong you are. You know.
I do have to agree, because every single bad day that you thought you were never going to live through, you lived through. Every bad day you're going to come against, you're going to live through. So it's all mental warfare, really, that the universe is playing with you.
Isn't it? Yeah. That's wise. That's really wise. It's mental warfare. You against yourself, and then all of this other stuff that's trying to distract you from finding peace, right?
I'm one of those people that believe the universe is itself experiencing itself.
Yes.
We are all the universe experiencing itself, especially because we're all made up of fucking stardust. We're made of the same thing stars are. We are also, have you ever heard like that egg theory where it's like we are all each other?
I believe it.
I think I love watching the videos of kids talking about their past lives, because especially recently kids have been talking about how they chose their parents, and that like when they were wherever they were before they were born, again these kids are always like 3, 4, 5, so they have not like conceptualized whatever world they're now living in. That, what are you doing? Sorry, this is my dog. His name is Nug.
Hey, Nug.
He is The mom is a Pomeranian Husky and the dad is an English Bulldog. This is what you get when you mix them. Anyways, he's very cute and he knows it. Anyways, kids, wherever they are before they get born into a body, that soul picks who they want to go to because they already see the life that they're going to live and know that they're going to learn whatever lessons that soul needs to learn. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I'm fucking human, so I can't know. I project somewhere. But there are things that we cannot understand, and it's for a reason. And one day we will understand, but not in this third eye closed, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not in this phase of kind of like our evolution and this time in history, you know, like we can only evolve so quickly,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
I think there's a fine line between, like, people who decide to trip every single day and people who are like, nah, there's something else there. Not to say tripping every day is bad, but you will get to a point where you're like, I don't know what's reality anymore. People do that. Anyway.
Yeah. There's a guy. He used to be a Harvard professor. Ram Dass, and
What?
Who did this?
Can I pause you for a moment? I need to go.
Yeah, totally.
I'll be back. I promise.
Alrighty. Very cool. Yep, a similar soul. Nice soul. I like this light on. I mean, it's good for the light, but it looks a little boring to me. I prefer less light, I guess. 61,000 people online. I need to get a new candle. Would fire apple. Throw this away. Or actually, maybe I'll light it here.
I'm back.
Awesome. I was just lighting the last little bit of my candle here.
You have a candle?
I do. Wood fire apple. It smells so good.
Wood fire apple?
Very fun.
Thank you. I try sometimes, not many.
What's like one of your biggest dreams?
What, Bubby? Do you want pets? I honestly can't say because it's always continuously changing. When I was a child, I wanted to be like a performer and like sing and stuff. I don't think I have the talents for that now, like realistically, because I've seen other people and they're fantastic. Not to say that I'm bad, but I just think other people are better and deserve more attention than I do. I think my dream now is to like renovate a fucking van and road trip across the country with my dog and just like fucking vibe out. And I want to take that bridge in Alaska that goes to Russia, and then I can fucking just like go to the next fucking part of the. You know what I mean? There's a bridge that exists that goes from Alaska to Russia. I'm not making it up. I think.
I thought that was a bridge to nowhere. I thought that was literally they were building a bridge and then they didn't have the funds, or I don't know. I may be wrong.
I thought I read somewhere about a bridge between Alaska and Russia because apparently there's some point in Alaska where you can look across the horizon and see Russia. So why would there not be a bridge? I guess I don't know.
Who knows? And like drive all through like Siberia and drive all the way to Europe and stuff. Yeah, that's fun.
And just fucking vibe. I don't want to do anything anymore but purely vibe. Like, If I can get paid to vibe for the rest of my life, that is.
No. I totally feel you. You wonder, like, if you did something like that and you wrote every day, if you wrote for like an hour or two every day.
I like writing. I could write. Do you just want all the attention? You sweet little boy.
Oh, Nug.
He is sleepy and wants me to go to bed.
Oh. Well, let me ask you, I guess, like some last questions here, just about what your thoughts are of all the craziness that's going on in kind of like culture and like with the election and these riots and with the George Floyd incident, a lot of different things. Like, what are the things that are kind of popping out to you that is taking up your mind space? Or if it's none, you know, why do you think it isn't?
People just blindly follow someone. Like, Trump makes the announcement, storm the Capitol, overthrow the government, blah, blah, blah. I won. No, you didn't. And, like, these people are just blindly, like, it's not a Republican Democrat issue. It's literally a Trump supporter versus, like, just normal fucking human issue. Because I know Republicans that hate Trump too. Like, it's the way that there's this specific population of people that will just blindly follow. And I can't explain it any way else. Yeah. Because it's so frustrating. Like, I don't support any one person. I will gladly and proudly say I don't even really follow politics. I don't understand it fully to follow it. Nope. And I'm like, until I can understand it, I'm not going to follow it fully.
Totally.
I just know, like, bare minimum, as most Americans know. And also just human decency. How can you listen to the man speak and be okay with it?
Yeah, that's great.
Like,
I feel you.
If you're a Republican, you have to look back at that fucking 80s interview where he said, I'm going to run in the Republican Party because they're the stupidest people. Guess what, guys? He did it. And you're falling for it. Do you think this rich white man really gives a shit about you? No, he cares about his fucking money. Like, that's all he cares about. You think everything he says on fucking national television is, like, he actually believes it? He actually thinks he's gonna, like, help the working class? 2017, believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, people in the comments, he signed a fucking bill to tax the people who make under $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
But he won't tax the people who make upwards of $400,000 a year.
That's right.
The general population of America is closer to being homeless than they ever are to being a billionaire. Why are you giving a fuck about these people who make more money than you can even fathom, who do not give a fuck about you? And your president signed a bill to tax you even more. You are just blindly following someone because it became this weird stigma that you're a snowflake. Congratulations. You are the actual sheep you fear to become.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm not even related to any party, any person. Cool, Biden and Kamala won. Congratulations. Kamala is still a cop. She will still benefit the police force, and there's still a problem with police brutality. We still have to be on top of Kamala. Congratulations, Joe Biden. He was like a Republican how long ago? We still have to be on top of them. Like, just because Joe Biden, okay, cool, I don't really fucking like him. I did not really want him. It just so happened to be the better of two evils, and we're still going to be on top of them to do the shit that actually needs to be done. Like, we're not the
the two-party system. Yeah,
like, we know exactly what's happening. We know exactly what we want. It's just these older people don't want to listen to us because they won't.
Yeah, the two-party system is corrupt. If we have to continue to vote for the lesser of two evils, I mean, then by definition, things are just going to get worse and worse.
Worse.
I mean, the mind that created the problem needs to be changed because a problem, right? You can't change a problem with the same mind that created the problem in the first place, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So I mean, there are ways to go about that. I always, I am going to just throw out this great website that's all about anti-corruption, and I think that you should check it out, and other people should check it out. I always talk about it. Yeah, and so I guess one last question for you. What name would you like to put on here? What do you like to be? What do you like to go as? Be called?
You can say Jess. My name is Jess.
Jess?
It's Jess.
Great, Jess from New Jersey.
Purple. I hide my tattoos even though they've been out. Whatever.
Oh yeah, what are your tattoos?
Sure, it would be more identifying. I'm kidding.
Oh.
I have an astronaut. He's cool.
Oh,
I love space. I have a compass that has like a mountain range in it. You look at it this way. It's cool. I have a UFO that says "Get in, loser" because I fucking love aliens. I'm from New Mexico. Anyways. His name's Doug.
Yeah. No, like whenever you were talking about Trump and Biden, Nug was like looking at you.
Nug's like, "Are you okay, Mom?"
Yeah.
Really, like, at this point, for the last fucking 4 years, it has not been a Democrat versus Republican, a left versus right. It's been a human rights issue. It's just bare minimum human fucking rights. We all need to live comfortably. I don't understand why there's so much debate about people getting health care and eating and housing and realize caring for other people, that thing, treat others the way you want to be treated. That golden rule we've been taught since fucking birth just stopped when money was involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how we prioritize in our society, in our culture, just this thing that we made up. We prioritize this thing we made up.
Using bottle caps.
Yeah, over human life. I mean, like human beings, we have these innate superpowers. Everyone has the superpower in them. I sense for you, it comes from this love of life. Like I could totally see you going out and dancing at a party and just bringing people in and just showing people a good time and including people. I can sense that. I can sense that that's a superpower of yours, And
everyone deserves to have a place to feel accepted, safe space. As much as people, very right wing people want to say safe spaces are a joke. People deserve to feel safe.
Everyone deserves to feel like they belong.
Yeah, I don't understand what's an issue.
To be listened to. Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And but I guess my last question for you, Jess, is: do you have any advice for people watching, as to how to? I don't know. Do you have any advice for people watching?
That's a very broad question.
It is, because I don't want to pigeonhole you.
I got to think on that for a minute. I don't know if this is legal on your page, but I'm about to hit a bong. Because broaden the thinking.
Okay.
Because I really want to put some thought into that. At the end of the day, all you have is yourself. Take away the job, take away the friends, take away the school, take away the family, take away every aspect that you think makes you. All you have is yourself. What do you do that you like that only benefits you? And do that as often as you can. You are not put on this earth to please other people. You're put on this earth to be you. It's not like it's hard, but it's also not that hard. Like every day, what is one thing you do that only benefits you? I make really good fucking music playlists. Nobody else do it. I make great fucking music playlists and I have a great music taste. It only benefits me. And you know what? I fucking like it. And that's one thing for today. I'll worry about another one tomorrow.
Wow. Badass, Jess. Really. Yeah, I just am very grateful to have met you tonight. And
I'm actually very grateful for this talk because I will not lie. I was having a very shit like 3 hours. And this has been a very cathartic experience. I think it's the word that I want to use.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wise. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pop this video onto YouTube. It'll probably be on in like 10 minutes. So you've already subscribed, I think. So
I did. I did.
you'll be able to see it pop up soon. And
Can't wait to rewatch myself and just cringe.
you know, it's not a gigantic audience, but the people who watch really do watch. And so
I hope whoever watches this can take at least one thing that I said and it resonated with them. Like, yeah, that's it.
person by person, day by day.
Yeah.
You know, playlist by playlist.
Playlist by playlist. I got a playlist for every mood. Trying to define some of them still, but I got a playlist for it.
All right, Jess. Hey, have a good night, all right?
You too. Have a great night.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
There's so many remarkable people in this world. So much wisdom and awareness. Truly miraculous. Thank you so much, Jess. That was such a gift.